Hi everybody, this is a video review on Ninja Foodi Max, which is a health fryer and grill. So this is on a 2460 watt grill with a hinge lid. So this one basically comes with a digital cooking probe. Like I said, it has a big basket inside. You'll see in a short while. So it's classed as a Ninja Foodi Max. Basically a health grill and an air fryer all in one. So it warms up both the pans, so you literally don't need to flip. Yes, it comes with a digital cooking probe, so you can plug that in into the side of the machine. And if you are a big meat fan, you can check the temperature. So you can reheat your food, anything from the previous night. You can dehydrate fruits, bake, roast, air fry and grill. We tend to use it for air frying and grilling, but I'm sure we're gonna end up using reheat as well, and some of the other options as well. So you can see here in terms of some of the additional features that it comes with. Yeah, if you, like I said, if you're into the big, if you're a big meat eater, you're probably going to enjoy the some of the additional cooking features. You know, in terms of the monitoring and so forth. If you like it cooked in a certain manner, it will be pretty good for that. So on the box itself, just shows you all the different features. It tells you what's included. You've got a cleaning brush, which is really helpful. You've got a 3.8 litre a basket, which is more than enough for a family of four, let's say. You got a recipe guide. To be honest, yeah, there's plenty online. It tells you about a hinge, a lid, a splatter guard, and a 3.8 litre cooking pot. Obviously, it includes a cooking probe. You got a digital in terms of touchscreen, which is quite good. And then it tells you about the different grill plates. So you have a couple of different things that are included within this to make your life a lot easier. So let's just dive in. On here it mentions, before you dive in, the additional things that you can get for this, but to be honest, what you're already getting is more than enough, I believe. Unless you cook and bake a lot, then you could, you know, basically get some more things. Right, okay, so as you open this up, in terms of it reiterates in terms of what you can get. So it's more in terms of cross-selling from Ninja itself. As you look inside, very well packaged, as you expect for the amount of money that you're paying. So I think we paid about $197. Comes with a Ninja branded brush, which is ideal for cleaning. You'll have your envelope, which is has its quick starter guide. Definitely worth a read. You get your recipes and stuff. Yeah, I'd probably leave that alone, to be honest. You know, everyone's different, but it's got some good ideas in there. But in terms of your manual for the Ninja Foodi, definitely something you want to have a look at. So a quick starter guide, from experience, definitely worth having a quick read of. So as we dive straight in, you'll see the grill that was mentioned on the box. So this is what's included in terms of if you want to grill your meats, your chickens, your beefs. So this is the back of it, but at the front here, this is where, in terms of little, you know, drip off all the fat. I think on the box it mentioned about 75% fat that's drained off, you know, grilling in this manner. So yeah, a big bulky box, as you can expect. It's the Ninja Foodi is quite big. So this one is the extra large version. So yeah, as you can see, very well packaged. Just be careful when you're opening it up. You can see it's all in terms of wrapped up, you know, ready for you to use. So once unwrapping it, you can see all the Ninja branding all the way around it. You'll see some warning stickers and some guidance stickers around it, black ones. Personal advice is to leave them on, so it's to remind you in terms of when you are cooking, grilling, air frying, where the heat is coming from, so you know where not to put your hand, and you know where to be careful. So as you can see, this is brand new. So there's stickers on the sides which you need to unstick first before you can actually open it. And just when you look inside, you can see in terms of the sheer size of it. So this is the cooking probe that came with it. You stick this on the side, and then you could put you could probe and poke your meats to see what temperature they're at. So yeah, it's a good tool. Like if you cook a lot, definitely worth in terms of using, I think. So you can always check in terms of where your meat's at. Okay, so we're diving into the air fryer now itself. Air fryer slash grill, I guess. So you'll see in terms of the basket that's included here. So as we open this up, you can see the basket is very large. So this, in terms of this, you can you can put quite a lot into it. So you can see, me, there's 2 handfuls in there. So then you have another baking tray. To be honest, I'll probably end up using the baking tray. It's just a lot easier to clean because there's no holes in it. So yeah, so as you can see, it's non-stick, so the food won't in terms of stick on it. So it's so helpful. And as you can see, it's a very, I would say, a heavy-duty type of machine. So you got that grill at the top that can be taken off and cleaned and replaced. You got your warning signs in the middle. Like I said, you're best to have a read, have a look around the machine before you start plugging in and start using it. And as mentioned earlier, you can see the sheer size of this is quite big, hence why it's called the extra large version of Ninja Foodi. So this is something definitely you definitely best, before you plug it in, you best have a look around it. So as you can see here, we were pointing it the wrong way around, and this is where the manual helps. So just to give you an idea how big it is. So make sure you check your kitchen worktop, make sure you got enough space for this. It's not your traditional small air fryer, or air fryer grill. It is quite big. The measurements you can check on their website. You can have a look to see how big it is. So this just fits in the corner of the kitchen for us, and that's just about as you see later on in the video. And it is quite big inside. I don't think the camera does it any justice. Yeah, so you got, like I mentioned earlier on, you got your warning signs around here. It tells you in terms of how to use the cooking probe. Tells you it gives you tips and advices regarding meats. It tells you here about making sure you don't block the vents, hence where you wouldn't put your hands. So there's a lot of hints and tips around here. The one thing I didn't realise was it actually pre-warms the air fryer for you before you cook your food, which you'll see later on as we're doing. So as you can see here, it takes up quite a bit of space. So you gotta make sure you got enough space for it in your kitchen. So it'll be a good idea in terms of to check this out prior hand before buying it. As mentioned earlier, the quick starter guide is something definitely worth looking through. It gives you some hints and tips on how to, in terms of place the plates, the grills, and as I mentioned here, it tells you about adding food, when to add the food. So in terms of, you put your timer and your temperature in, and then it'll tell you when to add the food once it's heated. It's a bit like an oven, when it's ready. So yeah, plenty of tips in the quick starter guide. As you can see it now, it's actually put in properly. So you got your basket first, and then you put your grill there, so it collects the fat onto that baking tray, which later on you can, in terms of clean out with the brush that's provided. Me personally, I'll probably be just using that bit of that baking tray basket, to be honest. I think it'll be a lot easier to use that and tidy. So we had these silicon baskets that you can get off Amazon, about £5 or £6. Makes life easier, but to be honest, with this Ninja Foodi, it's non-stick. I don't think we'd be needing it. And anyway, these ones that were bought were given to us by an Amazon influencer. They were for the dual Ninja Foodi, so not for this one. So, but I believe you can get one for this. But to be honest, from using it so far, I don't think you're gonna need it. Just purely based on the fact that it's non-stick, and the food that I've cooked so far is, it's worked very well. So you can stick the other basket in as well. That's mainly, I reckon, for meats. So in terms of the fats can drain underneath it. Yeah, so as you can see here, in terms of the size and the kitchen, you just, once you turn it on, it's really straightforward. It's all touch screen. Just make sure your hands are clean. You got your different options: air fryer, roast, grill, and so forth. You just got to select the relevant option. So whichever you select, then you got to put in the time and the temperature, you know, depending on what you're cooking. So we decided to put it in a place where it was a bit more suited. So around here. So just to go through it again, you'll see the on button initially, and you can turn it on, but then you just got to select what option. So I thought, let's give it a go. So we stuck in some fishes, and it was some vegetable sausages. So these are halal, so both of them. Oh, before we forget, make sure you subscribe and like the video. It really does help. So what we do is we turned it on. So this I should have done ideally first, but anyway, so put air fryer on. So I'm alright with the 200 degrees, but I can turn it down. So I've turned it down to, I think it was 170 or 180. 170 I believe it was. Yeah, I left it for 20 minutes, but I think because they were frozen, so I put it on for 25 minutes. And then all I did was made sure air fryer was selected, and then just press start. You got all your different options like reheat and those that were mentioned on the box. So once you're ready, just press start. But like I said, something I didn't know, which is what I mentioned on the air fryer, on the quick starter guide, you initially will turn this on, select the option, it will warm up the air fryer / grill, and then it'll prompt you to let you know that you can add the food in then. So in that sense, the whole air fryer / grill is actually all warm and ready. This is something I didn't check because I was quickly doing the video. So you see these dots, these lines here we're indicating the air fryer / grill is getting ready, and now it will tell you to add the food. But because we're using it for the first time and me being silly, I didn't actually look. So as you can see, food's already in there anyway. So as soon as you put it back down and automatically start. So 170 degrees and 25 minutes and it's ready to go. Yeah, just make sure your hands are clean in terms of when you're touching the touch screen. The last thing you want is that to be damaged. Yeah, it is not as noisy, but obviously you're gonna get some noise. It's expected. As you can see here already, it's making a difference. The food is getting cooked very nicely and evenly, due to the fact that it was warm before and it's cooking from the top and the bottom as well. So when you stop it and close it, the timer will carry on. But as you can see here, we're testing with my fork. It looked pretty ready already, to be honest, the food. So as here, I was just like literally just lifting it up. It's so much better than the older air fryer. But anyway, yeah, so it's done a nice job. As you can see, it didn't leave any much mess. This is easily cleaned and wiped off, so very, very straightforward. All you do is turn it off at the end, and that's pretty much it. This is your air fryer and grill. So a thumbs up from us, definitely keeping this. And yeah, please do subscribe, like the video, leave some comments for us as well, and then hopefully you'll see more videos, and especially some cooking videos. Yeah, hopefully you like the video of the unboxing. Yeah, thumbs up for us. Just be wary of the size. Like I said, here we were just cooking some more veggie stuff, and you can see it's cooked very nicely and very evenly, not burnt, really nicely done. So overall, a really good air fryer / grill. We got a pretty decent bargain on Amazon, 197 quid I believe it was with delivery. As you see, we continue to cook and grill, so hopefully we should have inshallah some more videos coming up soon. So just remember to like, share and subscribe. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and we'll continue to enjoy this air fryer. Thank you very much.